What's up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be talking about the 10 best fragrances ever made. So some of these are like my favorites that I think were ever made. Some of them are kind of like both, and then some of them are just like these are just staples and fragrances, so it just has to be mentioned in the video just because I do own the fragrance. So I think I'll do what I normally do. I start off with designers and just work my way up to niche. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to go ahead and get started with Oudwood. So I wasn't around for, well, I was obviously alive, but I was maybe like 6 years old when Oudwood initially came out. Honestly, I don't really remember it smelling this as a kid, but at the same time, I never really went into Sephora's or anything like that to smell fragrances. But never really smelled it on anybody as a kid. Definitely a staple. Really good fragrance. Even now, I don't even know exactly when this Oudwood came out, but I think it was 2007, 2008, if I'm not mistaken. And it's been almost 20 years, and I think it's still one of the best. I don't really have performance issues with this fragrance. I guess a lot of people do. Maybe I'm just built different, or maybe I just don't expect it to last like 12 hours or something. I don't know. I know people enjoy the Thameen Carved Oud. I've smelled that one before. I still really enjoyed the Tom Ford, just because the Tom Ford's the original, so I'd rather go with the original than a company that remade it. I don't know. I just like it's kind of like a clone thing. I feel like I like the Tom Ford one, or I wanted the Tom Ford one, so I'd rather not go with a different company that made the same DNA. If that makes sense. I'd rather just go for the original and enjoy the original. Next is going to be another Tom Ford. Same thing. I don't remember when this one came out. It's been out for a while though. It's going to be Ombre Leather Eau de Parfum. When I was first getting into fragrances and I went into Sephora and stuff like that to smell these fragrances, Ombre Leather and Oudwood were like two of my favorite ones that I smelled. A lot of people hate Tom Ford, but I love them. Those are my two favorites. Had to get them. It took me a while to get them. I did have clones of them. I had Maison Alhambra's Ombre and Leather, and I had Maison Alhambra's Woody Oud. So yeah, I did have the DNAs, but I definitely had to get the original things, and did after a while. I'm happy I have. And let's go ahead and do. All right, I still got a few more designers to go. Dior Intense. So a lot of people would put Dior Parfum in this position. I am putting Dior Intense because I do not have Dior Parfum. In my opinion, Dior Intense is better than Parfum. That's just my opinion. But yeah, nothing smells like this. At least in that designer world. I don't like Givenchy fragrances. I think the only one I like is Reserve Privé. Besides that, every single fragrance of Givenchy I've smelled I just don't like. But nothing's even close to being something like Dior Intense. I say that just because Givenchy fragrances are kind of, people say it's similar to things like Dior Intense, or just because of the iris and all that stuff. But I hate every single Givenchy besides Reserve Privé. And lastly, for the designers at least, it's going to be Sauvage Elixir. So Sauvage could be in this list, right? Or even Blue de Chanel. I don't have any Blue de Chanel's fragrances. It is what it is. But Sauvage Elixir is just... Sauvage already. Eau de Toilette, staple. Eau de Parfum, maybe not so much. Just because people don't gravitate to that one that much. I actually have a sample, or had a sample of it. It's actually pretty good. I really enjoy the dry down of that fragrance, but Sauvage Elixir takes the cake. Especially with the elixir trend that it happened, or that it caused. I think it's the best Sauvage for sure. I do have the Eau de Parfum, but in my opinion, it's the best Sauvage, and any Sauvage is better than any Blue de Chanel. I didn't know this was going to be a hot taste video, but hey, this is what it is. Every Sauvage, you can put Eau de Sauvage, or Sauvage, Eau de Parfum with Chanel's Eau de Parfum. The Sauvage is better, in my opinion at least. I'm a Sauvage kind of guy. Started off with Sauvage, had the Eau de Toilette, gave that to my brother. Have the Eau de Parfum. Don't have the Parfum, have the Elixir. To me, Sauvage is a little bit more interesting than the Bleu de Chanel's. It is what it is. I had one Bleu de Chanel fragrance. It was the Eau de Toilette. I had it for about a week before I sold it, just because I didn't care too much about it. I wore it a few times. You go nose blind instantly, which people do for both, but it was just too basic. And I already had a pretty decent collection at the time, so it was just like I enjoyed fragrances that had a little bit more uniqueness to them. That's why I got rid of it. Never really had anything special. I feel like if you start off with Bleu de Chanel's, you kind of lean more towards that and not really Sauvage. I could be mistaken though, but if you had like Sauvage, it's kind of like a rivalry, I guess. I don't really know. But this is a 6-minute video. I still got a few more things to do. All right. Now let's go ahead and get into the high-end designers. I'll go ahead and start off with Imagination. Imagination, I've been reaching for it a lot. I don't know if this is a staple for other people or, you know, this is the best fragrances ever made for other people. I think it has to be. For a fresh fragrance to last this long, it performs, sillage, longevity, has it all. Nothing smells like it. Nothing I've smelled smells like it. I've had a clone that didn't come close to it. I haven't tried those Al Haramain clones, which I'm assuming, you know, Al Haramain does pretty good clones. Who knows? They could be good, I'm not sure. But Imagination, I almost put Ombre Nomad in this list, but I didn't think it could, you know, I didn't think Ombre Nomad was, I don't know, I just feel like, you know what, it could have been an honorable mention. Same thing with, I forgot, there's another fragrance that I left out, but I was like, I should probably put it in this list, but I'm only doing 10, so that's why I kind of cut Ombre Nomad out and Imagination made it. Next, it's Tuxedo. Tuxedo is one of the greatest fragrances ever made. It's that simple. Yep, you could get Rocha's Eau de Parfum. It's like a fresher take on it. I would recommend it if you don't want to spend Tuxedo money, or if you want to get a clone like Kiss Me For Men or Tux by Maison Alhambra. Those are pretty good clones as well. But I just felt like I had to add the real thing, which is why I ended up purchasing the real thing. This is the only one I have from this line. I have thought about Kaftan, and I have thought about Baby Cat. Those are two fragrances I have tried. I don't remember if I've smelled Kaftan. Kaftan, I feel like every time I've tried to smell it, every time I've tried to smell it, it's just not there in like a Neiman Marcus, and I don't have any of those places around me. It has to be when I'm on a trip. Baby Cat for sure is obviously not there, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That's eventually though. Those are fragrances I'm not, you know, I could get them whenever. I'm not really too, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to grab those fragrances. But yeah, I have to hurry up because I have a pizza to pick up in like 3 minutes. So I gotta hurry up. Alright, so next is gonna be, those are, alright, I'll put Killian next. Angel Share. This took the fragrance community by storm. It's cloned to death. I really enjoy it, but I don't really wear it anymore. Even though I really do enjoy it, but I just don't really wear it anymore. That being said, the reason I don't really wear it too much is because sometimes it gets a little cloying with how much sweetness there is. I'm not the biggest fan of gourmand fragrances, which is why I kind of I have to be in the mood to it. I got to be in the mood of, like, you know, let's say I'm going out to dinner or like, I don't know, something like that. I might not wear it just because I don't want to be in a position like where I eat and I'm full and then I have to smell that fragrance. It just, I don't know, it just makes me not want to wear the fragrance. But I really do enjoy the fragrance, enjoy the clones that I did have. I did have Fire Your Desire by Amir. Really good clone of it, but the original is just always a little bit better, a little bit more cinnamon heavy as well. I did used to hate cinnamon a lot, but now I'm kind of starting to enjoy it. So I do really enjoy the original over the Fire Desire. And plus, when it dried down, like Fire Desire, it smelled a little cheap. Which it was a cheap fragrance. You could pick it up for like $15. Really close to Angel Share, but you know, it is what it is. Next, let's go ahead with the fragrance that I wanted to put in here. Just because I feel like it deserves it. It's Viking. I love Viking. Viking, of course, the dogs are Viking, but I love Viking. It's perfect. Viking is just it's the perfect man's fragrance. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it deserves the title. It deserves more love. A Viking cologne. Don't even talk about it. It doesn't even come close to what Viking is. Viking is just perfect. I don't know. I feel like I don't know how this doesn't get more love in the community. I feel like Viking is a really, really good fragrance. But yeah, it is what it is. Next is going to be Naxos. So Naxos was another one that when it first came out, very hyped in the community. I think it's probably one of the best fragrances ever made. I haven't smelled anything like it with the licorice, the honey, the tobacco, even though there's barely any tobacco. You know, just call it a tobacco fragrance, even though I would say it's more of a honey fragrance. Honey, fresh fragrance, kind of like a barbershop tobacco scent, which is really nice. And lastly, just so I can finish up and go pick up this pizza, it's going to be Aventus. Aventus has to be in this video, best of all time, best fragrance ever created video. I mean, for myself, I got a fragrance to begin with. You know, this is one of my first niche fragrances. Clone to death again. People get bored of it. I don't really get bored of it. Yes, I do reach for other things. Like I do reach for Aventus clone sometimes over it, or Absolute Aventus over it, which I actually do have in the corner over here, but it's still the original. Still the masterpiece of the original. No matter how many times people have tried to recreate this, they just can't get close to it. I have Supremacy Silver. I think that's what it was called. That was a pretty good clone of it, but it's nothing like the original. But if you do want to save some money, I would say absolutely get Athlon Supremacy Silver. That way you can save some money and not have to buy Aventus. Yeah, I actually gave Supremacy Silver to my dad, and he actually loves it. So, but yeah, that's all I have for you guys. These are the 10 best fragrances ever created, in my opinion, and well, some of them have just actually been some of the 10 best fragrances ever created. So just a little mix of both. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know if you agree with some of these, disagree. I know Viking might get a little bit of hate, but I feel like Viking had to be in there just because, hey, what's up? Viking's is that good. To me, at least. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Have a good one, guys.